we got some color. Danny's gone to St. John's. We're gonna head out and try to get some fish. We're gonna be doing traditional Newfoundland Fish Brewis. Hopefully me and Austin can catch something. So we're out on the fishing grounds here close to Dover. You can see Dover in the background there. And I'm just having a look around with the fish finder to see if there's anything. They don't really tell us, but you know, sometimes you can see fish on there pretty good, pretty easy. But I'm just having a look, making sure I'm on the ground, because this tells me how deep the water is, and sometimes it shows fish. But I caught fish too, without ever seeing it on there, so. There we go, we got a fish on. Feels small though. Small. Tiny, tiny one. Alright, we give up on close to being into Dover on Shelby Island grounds. We're trying to pinch the tickles now. Hopefully there's some fish here. We didn't have no luck in there, so I don't know if there's anything on there now or not.
Couple, yeah.
Any luck? Oh, there we go. Oh, I had something. Come on, fishy. Austin finally got one on. This is a nice one.
Decent, better than babies.
Hopefully it's not a scope one. Oh, we got some color. There we go, nice. That's a nice one. There you go. There's Fish and Brews. Supper. All right, we might be on it. Austin got another one on. Nice. Put it in a rock in the pot, as we would say. Small, but hey, this is a nice one. Yeah, geez, I don't know now. Might be nothing. Not bad.
Not bad.
Oh, not bad. Good keeper. The first thing we do while we're out in boat, what we do is we like to bleed the fish by cutting their throat and then cutting the main arteries up here. And we gut it. So we just stick a knife down inside there and we open the belly up. And then we pull out the lungs and the intestines, the stomach. And then right there, this is the, what we call britchets or cod roe. And then right there is the cod liver, black, I ripped it in half. Some people like to eat that, some people keeps it. Once it's all gutted and cleaned out, and the birds get to feed, then we decide what we're going to do from here. We can keep it round, which is like this, or we can fillet it, or we can cut the heads off and do whatever we want. This one we're going to fillet. So when you're filleting the fish, you just follow the sound bone or the spine all the way down, and then once you get down so far, you just stick the knife through, and you follow the same bone all the way down to his tail, and then you just peel it off, and you get left with a nice fillet. Same thing on this side. Now, so we're going to do these ones cornfish, so that's why I'm taking the fillets off. We're going to corn these because I don't like having bones in my fish. And you follow the spine down to his rib bone, rib cage. Cut all the way through there for some reason. And then that's it. Another fillet. And then we take all that and throw it out for the birds. And then because I don't like bones, what I do then is debone it. So what you got to do is cut this belly off. Just like that. And same thing on this one. And I like to trim it up to get the fins off, if there's any fins left. And that's 2 fillets with skin left on. And then the other one, so this is going to be our first fish. So all I do is cut the head off, like you can see. You break the neck, and then you cut around there just to cut the flesh. And then I'm going to cut the fins off, fins and tails. I don't like having that in the pot when I'm eating it, so taking the fins off as I cut all the way down their back like so, and right on each side of the fins, and you just cut down on a little bit of an angle, and then you can stick your knife through and Just cut it right out. Remove it. Like so. And this will be the one that we leave as for fresh fish. And I'm gonna clean it up. So what you do is you just take that black skin off, as you can see that. You can take it right out. And we wash it like that. Center skin. That white stuff there, you kind of get down underneath that with your thumb, pressing. And you pull all that out, like so. And you tear that off. You don't want to be eating that stuff. You can, I guess. It's not going to really hurt you, but... And it's almost ready for the pot. The only thing left to do is to cut it up in chunks. And I'm not going to do that with my fillet knife because you got to cut through bone. So we got our fillets, which we're going to do in corn, fresh fish. And then we got some leggies for later on in the winter, and we wrap them up in tin foil and put them on the fire for a meal. It's delicious. Country fish, we call it. So all we're going to do is I put a little layer of salt. We're going to make some cornfish, by the way. And I just put a little layer of salt on the bottom just to, you know, salt that side of the fish a little bit. You don't need much. So we got a couple fillets to throw in there. 1, 2, and a leggy. And then we're just going to cover them up with salt. And then we let this sit for 2 hours. And then we wash it off. Kind of make sure it gets everywhere. There you go, let that sit for 2 hours covered and wash it and you got cornfish. Alright, so for this one, what I like to do is this fresh fish, we cut the tail off. That's garbage. And then we just cut it up into chunks for putting in the pot. And then that's it. You know, like individual meals. So 1, 2, and then that's pretty much one meal there. So a little bit of fresh. Not everybody likes fresh fish either. Like some people like it, some people don't. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Then we just throw that in the pot just like that. Here we go. Cornfish. We just gotta wash it now. Get it all cleaned up. So these are corn fillets. And that, like the texture on them now is slightly different. 2 hours in salt. They're like definitely more rigid. It pulls, so the salt pulls a lot of the liquid out. And then now I'm just gonna wash them up, draw them off. Because we're gonna cook with this like soon, so I'm not gonna. Normally, what I would do with this is to I would vacuum seal it and put it up for the winter and stuff. But since we're cooking with this tomorrow or the next day, I'm just gonna put it in Ziploc bags and freeze it overnight. And then have nice cornfish for tomorrow's supper. Well, we're finally, after me and Austin went out in video, or in video.
You went out in video.
Out in boat.
And he caught some
kitchen cod. We're finally getting to the point where we're going to show you some good old fashioned traditional Newfoundland fishing brews.
I showed up for the eating part. Here's the brews. Well, the hard tack. It was soaked now for 6 hours in a ton.
Yeah. Here's the bread before it's soaked in water. It actually tastes good, just like that.
I like the sweet one.
Yeah. Oh, Trout! Oh! Oh! For real?
No, for real.
Or you a dummy? Anyway, chop up some onions. So we just gotta cut the onion up there. Watch your eyes.
That's not how you do it. What kind of cotton's that train?
Oh
I'm gonna do like grandfather always did when he cut up his onion. I always seen him when I was young. He always popped a piece in his mouth. Must be good. Jeez. What kind of onion is that?
Don't chewing like a cow. Five cows and a pasture would make that noise.
Oh, no, it's bad. Geez, $5.99, pretty good price. This is salted pork that we're going to fry up now, and it's called scrunchions. Actually, you got it called pork scrunchions because once you cut it up in little cubes, it becomes scrunchions. And we fries it till it gets, well, what happens to it, Tom? Well, till it gets scrunchy. A lot of fat renders out of it, and then the fat left behind, it's called scrunchions. And we eat fat too.
I know to cut this up.
What you got there?
Well, I don't like the scrunchions big like that. I like having it tiny, like very small.
You're going to cut scrunchions?
Yeah, obviously. I was just saying, Danny eats like one of them pigs in a...
In a pen?
In a pen, yeah. But eating at a trough, you know. They're big things. Them giant things. What's a female hog called?
Sow.
Sow. That's what he's eating. Like a sow in a pen. At the slop bucket.
Taste it?
Hey, shorty. This is raw, man. What you going on with? Taste it.
Here, give me a piece.
Pork.
Not with your frickin' hands.
Dang, that raw, you get sick.
Here. Only didn't want to use this because
No, it's too big.
No, there's
this.
Oh.
Oh, Tree.
Oh, imagine. Oh.
Tree agree
Yeah,
with
but
Tony.
go small when she fries it.
Yes,
No.
Tony's like wah wah. I'm gonna try this pork.
You Danny, you in the hospital.
This salt pork. Oh, is that good? You can eat. You don't even have to cook it. It's that good.
You do it. I'll do it. Okay.
Oh, God. Now that I was running all through my fingers over. You got a sharp knife for pork back fat, because if you don't, you won't get a good cut. And this is how I like doing it when it's still like frozen. Actually, partially frozen is what it should be.
Yeah, it was like Cliff. This is just
The actual back fat.
yeah, salted.
So this is how I like doing it. So you take it like this and you cut long lines.
You know, you can have these little cubies.
So we crisscross it to make the little cubes. So it fries up nice and good. Everybody, I think in Newfoundland does it slightly different because Danny said he don't put onions in his scrunchions, and I can't eat scrunchions without onions. Then I just take the knife and goes about halfway.
I don't my cubes yet because they're still stuck together.
Yeah.
Tony is here cutting these little tiny squares up. You have all perfect squares.
Alright, let's get the pork on. Draw that in. Get the fat. What's the fat really is what we want. Alright, so we got the scrunchions on. Now let's get the butter drawn. Now, Danny and Cheryl uses onions in their butter. Oh my god, you didn't explain what just happened. So we bought a...
Tony bought a cheap stand.
Stand, yeah, because Danny and Trina...
No, not... Well, yeah, okay, I admit.
Because I wanted to buy a professional stand, which is a tripod. Not a stand, a tripod.
It was 3 against 1.
So we put the camera up on the tripod, and me and Danny is extending the legs. Danny's about to flip over there now in a second because he's about to walk into the tripod. And as soon as we put the extended legs, the camera came off of the tripod because it's a plastic head piece and fell on the floor and actually dented the floor and broke one of the pieces on the camera. That's what I get for listening to people.
To what? Two people?
that
Say what you're
don't
really
know
thinking.
what they're talking about.
Say, come on.
Simpletons.
Yes.
Thank you. Alright, so come over and have a look. You can see here. There's the scrunchions.
Sizzling. Just listen. Delicious. Butter is melting.
So you can see you can start to see now some of the fat starting to render out. This is what we're after. It's the gold.
Delicious.
We're going to add the onions in a minute because you don't add the onions in the scrunchions too soon because the fat acts like fat, you know, and can deep fry it and burn it. But the butter is back here starting to melt. We got the onions in the butter now because you want that to cook down and get soft and sweet. And over here, so this is the bruise. We don't turn that on because as soon as you turn it on and that comes to a boil, it's done. You turn it off. You pour the water out.
Well, don't even boil at all, right?
Barely, just a froth, like a light froth on top. And then once that's done, that's cooked. And the fish will be going on next as soon as we start getting this closer to putting onions in. And then the fish goes on for 20 minutes. Okay, we're just running the fat down more. We got I just put the onions in. So
will they caramelize or?
Not really. No, they turn brown. They get brown.
Onions with the butter don't turn brown. They don't caramelize. They just sautés, I guess I'm told. Scott?
Yeah.
Onions, I never had onions in before, so this is like an extra bonus for me. Because you can't beat fried onions. And fried onions in scrunchions is like, must be the holy grail. Butter and onions is all done. Totally got fish on. Fish on.
That's cornfish. We also got fresh fish, but we gotta make room on the stove for it.
We're making room right now. Fresh fish, salt fish. We got every kind of fish.
Hey, we got the scrunchions there. We just put it in the bowl because we had to make room for the fish. That's what it looks like.
Codfish. Skin stays on.
Everything's almost done. Just waiting for the brews to come to a boil now. Anyway, the brews is just finished. We just drained it off in the sink. Brews.
Yeah.
Brews, cornfish, fresh fish, butter, and scrunchions. Woo! We're gonna have a meal. There you go. Scrunchions right over top the fat. And the scrunchions and onions right over top of the brews and right over top of the fish. So you get a little bit of it on everything. I usually have potatoes too, but we didn't want to do potatoes tonight. Trina didn't. This is cornfish and scrunchions with brews. And this is fresh fish. And Danny and Cheryl has butter and onions with theirs.
I never, Cheryl's having that. I never scrunchions. Or I might have both.
Oh, there's a little bit of both actually. I just want to show. Get the scrunchions for Danny.
That's only a little cheap out on the fat.
Cheap dude, you know. Jeez, I gotta listen to you eat. That's the killer. That's down. God. So this is traditional Newfoundland fish and brews.
Let's try the fish first.
The fresh or the corn?
That's fresh.
Danny got both of it.
Of course.
Now I'll try the corn.
I know what you mean with putting onions with it.
Oh, it's way better.
Delicious.
Alright, we're gonna eat.
Hey, I couldn't quite taste it, so I gotta dig into this big spoonful. Here, Tony, you wanna try it?
And watch Danny help make a coffee.
And get rid of that spoon. Creature. Oh, we finished our fish and brews video, finally. Austin's saying. Oh, we went out fishing, me and Austin, caught some fish, brought it home, got it processed and ready to go. And we finally just cooked it. It was delicious.
Yeah.
Cornfish is way better than fresh fish.
It's delicious.
No, Danny said the fresh was beyond fresh.
The fresh was negative fresh.
Negative salt. Like,
yeah. It's gonna pass, like, no salt is negative salt.
Thanks for watching. We hope you enjoyed the video. We hope you try some Newfoundland fish and brews. Yeah. I'm Tony.
I'm Danny.
We're the outdoor guys.
See you next time.
Huh? See you next time?
Mostly indoors.
Oh, no. What? I'm allowed to change things up now. Okay, and today...
And screw up.
And today, we had fish and brews.